You know, it's just the never-ending challenges of life, everybody. And I have not talked to my dad today, so I don't know if I'll publish this part of the video or not. Hello?
Hello, Gary.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah, but son. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to call you earlier, so I know you got a lot going on, so sorry for the loss of Mom, and I just know you got a lot going on, but I just wanted to hear your voice and give you a call.
Well, I appreciate that, son. Even though I was expected and prepared for it, I'm not sure I really was. But Rachel's here with me. She's not here right this minute, but she's been a big help, and she and I have been over at the funeral home together this morning. We went to hospice last night when we got the call at 3 a.m. and we had to go to hospice and let them know where the funeral home we're working with.
Yeah.
So they can make arrangements to have her body sent there to be cremated. Both she and I decided we wanted cremation. I read a lot about it. And I've talked to Dane about it twice. The church is kind of ambivalent on it, and I've read quite a bit about it, and I'm satisfied that cremation is really about the body, not the spirit. So Dane assured me that he is a preaching minister, preaches that cremation is not a sin.
Right.
You're just dealing with the body, not the spirit.
Yeah.
And what we're doing, Gary, is we're getting urns for, I guess Leo will be in touch with you, or Rachel will.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I know about it.
Okay. I wasn't sure how far she got on this, but that's good. And I just wanted you to know, Dane called me last night, or this morning, really quite early, to assure me that what we're doing is, he agrees with my feelings about it. And so we're having a cremation that will probably have a celebration of life service at church sometime in the near future. And I'll let everybody know when that will be. Now, one thing was brought up, Gary, I don't know how you would feel about this, but sometimes in the celebration of life services, they'll have a something like a video that has pictures or scenes of memorable times in the past.
Yeah.
When Vera and the family were together.
Right.
And I know you got a lot of videos, and I know they got a lot of content that they should want to be careful with.
Yeah.
But how would you feel about when the time comes to have that celebration of life, putting together a brief montage of
of course. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Well, I think that would be a nice thing.
Yeah.
To be able to do. And I don't know whether you'd be here or not, but I would hope so. But I know you got a lot on your platter too, so.
Yeah, well, what we should do, Dad, have Leah or Rachel text me pictures of albums there in the house of Mom when she was younger. So you guys, I don't have that access to the collection of those albums that Mom has, a bunch of those albums. So Leah or Rachel could text me pictures and I could download them and I could make that work.
Well, okay, I'll mention that to them. They're just, they're buried in
Well, sure.
helping right now.
How's David doing?
He took it better than I thought he would. He was pretty philosophical. He was over here about 8 or 9 o'clock before Rachel and I went to the funeral home to kind of finalize things. And he's rather philosophical about it, actually. And he sounds like you some. She's in a better place.
Yeah.
We know she's going to a better place. We rejoice in that. We rejoice that she'll be there.
Yeah.
With her sisters and family and wonderful friends. And right now I'm trying to contact some of those friends that I know are very close to her. And I've also talked to Linda Shadell, her niece.
Yeah.
The one that got the long fur coat.
Right.
And Linda's going to take care of getting in touch with Scotty and Richie and any other family members that ought to know about it, or any friends she had in Savannah that Linda is familiar with and ought to know. So Linda's taking care of that for me.
Right.
But yeah, we've got a bunch of albums around here that just tons of pictures of Vera, and I'll talk with Rachel as they come and go here today.
Yeah. How's Leah?
No.
How's Leah handling this?
She's up and down. I was afraid she was really going to come apart, and she did have a couple of times this week when I was with her where she really came apart.
Yeah.
But right now I haven't seen her yet today, but I have talked to her, and she seems to be functioning. But I know the situation with Ted, I'm very, very concerned about that.
Well, hey, Dad. How are you doing, Dad?
Well, it probably hasn't hit home completely with me, Gary. I know that I've been here, and Rachel's been here all night, every night, and she's not here right now. And I just know that I couldn't, right at the minute, I couldn't live here long without her here. And you know that our neighbor Steve has asked me to let him know before I ever list this house to talk to him.
Yeah.
And I will do that. I've been talking with one of the Phil Evans, who often leads the singing when Rick can't at church. You met Phil. He's a broker, an agent, and he's done an appraisal on the property. He's been over here last week and walked through the house and around the house, and spotted some things that he thinks we ought to take care of, and David can do most of it. And it's nothing major. It's just tidying up. The big thing is this place is just almost a model hoarders, stuff everywhere, mail everywhere, and I got to get that dealt with. And Phil, suggested some things for me to do. And bottom line is, we're looking at listing it at $540 or $550, and I haven't decided yet to list it. I want to talk to Steve.
Yeah.
And see what he's thinking.
Well, hey, Dad.
Yeah.
But how's Rachel holding up?
Well, she's with me, and she's actually, I don't know how I've made it this far without her. She's been through this with Micah.
Yeah.
We're using the funeral home that she used with him, and we were over there this morning, and I met with the guy that kind of handles all the initial discussions and conversations with the family of those that are seeking some services, and they do cremation, and so we're all set for that. In fact, they will be, and I've paid them the fee to perform some of the services they offer, and they'll be picking up your mother's. May have even done it by now. Your mother's body, and they'll perform the cremation and let me know when it's finished, and they're going to divide the ashes up depending on what we tell them about how many urns we'd like to have ashes put in. And so far we'll get 10 certificates of death that can be used. We'll have to notify Social Security and AT&T Sprint pension offices and all that. And so we'll have 10 of those death certificates for anything we need going down the line. So we're taking care of those. Wait just a minute. Hey, Rachel?
Yeah.
I got Gary on here, and we're talking. What have you done?
Nothing. I haven't done anything. Why?
Okay, I was just curious.
Well, hey, Dad.
No.
Dad. So how many years were you married to Mom? 72?
71.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It would be. Yes, it is incredible. And I tell people I was born married.
Yeah. Dad, but I'll tell you a dirty secret. You know what the dirty secret is? Dad. Hey,
What's
Dad,
that?
want to hear the dirty secret among your children?
Yeah.
It's the dirty secret is I never thought that you would outlive Mom.
No, I thought you were going to quote Shakespeare, that there's a wise man that knows his own father.
Yeah, I mean, sincerely, I would always have thought that Mother would have outlived you.
I did too.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, I wish you had.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Dad, don't wish too soon on that, okay? We need you. We need you around, okay? So just stay upbeat.
You said don't get a death certificate dated yet.
Well, I'm going to ship your ass up here and spend some time with us. Is what we're going to do.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring you up here. That'll be your kiss of death, right? With 8 dogs around. With 8 dogs, you'll be all right, Dad. You'll be all right. Let me prop you up in the camper here, Dad. Let me just throw you up in there. You'll be all right.
Yeah, put some rouge on his cheeks so he got a little color there. Yeah.
I tell you. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, Dad. I know you've got a lot going on, and I just really wanted to call and say hi to you, but I'll call again. And I just wanted to say hi, and we know we're all on the same page, which is a good thing. And we'll talk in more depth later, but let's just let some peace at this time.
Okay, and I've already heard from Julia this morning, so appreciate that.
Okay, Dad. Well, I love you, Dad, and stay strong.
Love you too. Love all of you.
All right, Dad.
I'll do what I can, brother.
You will.
Son.
All right.
Okay.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Well, that is impressive to have a father be able to carry a conversation like that after being married, as he said, 71 years. My mother and father slept in the same bed. my dad traveled a lot, and that was always a running joke with my mother in their marriage. Is somebody asked him one time years ago, what's the story of success of being married? And my mom basically was like, my husband isn't home half the time. He's always traveling, which that was true. That did have a big part, I think, to success in their marriage, is my mother had her freedom and my dad had his freedom because he traveled and worked, and he did travel the world, traveled the country, lived on airplanes. But to hear my dad have that laugh, that means so much to me, that my dad, and keep in mind, I know, the sorrow starts to set in once you've lost somebody. It usually doesn't really hit you in the face until time has passed, and my father will be more challenged as time passes because he's not going to have the wife's voice. My mother's name is Vera. He's not going to have the that relationship, and so I get all that. But hey, everybody, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. And some people may take this video in maybe the wrong way, maybe the right way, but it's all about me having history of my YouTube channel and sharing to hear my dad's voice yet another day. And I think that was a good conversation. So everybody enjoys that. And once again, thank you so much, everybody, for their prayers, hearts and prayers, and condolences to our family. That means so much. Thank you so much. It helps us get through these challenging times. So God bless and have a great day.